Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new season of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog, and we have a pretty good, interesting show. I guess you could say. I'm botching up the intro already, and guess what? I hope it goes to Botchamania. So, um, but yeah, this is season 7, and I'm really looking forward to a brand new season. Before we get started, and with the shout out, with our with our show, um, moving forward with Wrestling Prime every Saturday night, no bi-weekly or whatever, and it's going to be continuing. It's going to be a weekly episodic episode. Um, Kind of like what you would see on Channel X, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And I hope and you all are welcome. Join in on the ride there. This is and it's a brand new season, brand new year, 2024. I hope it's a good one. I hope that 2024 is a good one for you. And yeah, we got a lot of fun things to do and everything like that. Um, so yeah, moving forward, Wrestling Prime going to be a weekly show, not a bi-weekly show, or one show a month with because even I can even I can agree that was a confusing year a confusing season. Um, I bet testing the waters because in the past, if you have noticed, I've been neglecting Wrestling Prime, but I'm trying to make up from the mistakes of the past and you know start off fresh. So yeah, every Saturday night, Wrestling Prime. Um, Not discounting the pay-per-views and everything like that. And so um, if there's a if there's a there's a possibility that I may cover some AEW shows. Um, However, if I don't get a chance to see those AEW pay-per-views, I'll bring in an insider, and a person will be more than happy to give the results and everything, and we'll have some fun with it. Um, moving. So yeah, that's going to be the lineup. But as far as WWE pay-per-views, of course, I'm gonna cover do the traditional um big four pay-per-views, which is Royal Rumble, which is coming up um in a few weeks, and then you have WrestleMania and the 2 night thing. I guess going to continue with the 2 night thing. Um, SummerSlam, of course, and then we have the Survivor Series. So yeah, so yeah, that's going to be the new thing. So it's going to be instead of a 1 month, 1 episode per month type of deal, we're gonna do it um all week long. So every Saturday, hope you tune in. We're gonna have some fun with this, and thank you for coming along for the ride. With that being said, this episode is brought to you by not my bird. This episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Trade in your, if you have any wrestling collectibles or um, anything, anything wrestling, whether it be autographed items such as wrestling belts or um, autographed pop vinyls, you name it, they'll take good care of you. Wrestling pop vinyl, the WWE pop vinyls, as I said, um, they'll take good care of you. And been a long day for me. Sorry. And even autographed, like autographed 8x10s. Those also are good money makers as well too. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. And they also have a list of events going on too. And if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut, and you want to check out this wonderful store and check out the list of events and get directions, do so at their website, mnjvideogames.com. All right, so all right. Live chat is open, so everybody, anybody is all welcome to join in and have any questions or comments about our topics tonight, and be cool about it, not be a jerk. Um, let's see. So, what's on the agenda for tonight? Oh, so, how did I do that? I did that. There. Oh, all right. So, um, Logan Paul. Oh yeah, Logan Paul has. So as we all know, Logan Paul. He is unfortunately WWE U.S. champion, and I don't acknowledge that, and I'm glad that I don't acknowledge that because of the fact that he is apparently, from what I understand, his belt was taken away from him. Now I don't know because of his recent stunt that he pulled, where he was trying to trade NFL superstar NFL star Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, go Chiefs, and to trade wanted to trade Patrick Mahomes the belt for one of Mahomes Super Bowl ring. And I mean he has disgraced that belt already. He has posed nude with that belt. Um and before some of you guys will say, well, Shawn Michaels used to do that. Yeah, I understand. I get it. Shawn Michaels did it too. But let me tell you something. It wasn't good then, and it's certainly as hell not good now. And you know, but Shawn Michaels, yeah, he did that to the WWE champ. Did it while he was WWE champion, and as far as I'm concerned, it was a slap in the face, and Bret Hart had every right to say what he said about Shawn Michaels back then too. Um, and yeah, of course, when DX uh, came back in the early 2000s, they poked fun at that, which to me that was funny because it was roasting Shawn Michaels. It was a roast on Shawn Michaels, especially at his expense, and it was funny. But not to discount that, it was still distasteful for what happened. But the United States title has just as much lineage as the WWE Championship, and for Logan Paul to do what he did, even with that, it was disgusting. You think of a lot of people who have held that belt. Um, Harley Race, Steve Austin, um, just to name examples, and of course, just recently Rey Mysterio. It was disgusting, and it was a slap in the face with that. But for Logan Paul to stoop even more low than that, and to put that U.S. title and uh trying to hand it off to um trying to hand it off to Patrick Mahomes was pretty much the nail in the final coffin. Especially when even worse when Logan Paul even had the belt appraised to see how much value it was because he was going to try to pawn it. So you know, with all these stupid things that he's trying to do, to disgrace the lineage of that U.S. title. I don't know if this was Triple H that signed Logan Paul, or even Vince McMahon, before he stepped down as um as owner. It was, to me, I think it was a waste of money. And I said that, and I said this last time. I think it was at the beginning. I think it was sometime around last season when the word got out that you know Logan Paul being signed with the WWE would be a waste of time. And I was right. I was absolutely right. Not only was it a waste of time, but it was a waste of money, and Logan Paul was a waste of space. The fact that he had some. I'm not even going to acknowledge the fact of how good his wrestling skills are in the ring, because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not acknowledging him as a good wrestler because he's still green and still sloppy. I don't care. I don't care how good of a match he had with Ricochet. The fact is that even though that match was good, the ending sucked. It was a piece of garbage, just like Logan Paul is. And and I don't care. I don't care how many people, if anybody supports Logan Paul or are big fans of Logan Paul, but my disgust for Logan Paul to when dates back to when Logan Paul went to Japan. I believe it was either 2017 or 2018. I forgot which. But he went to Japan, made an ass out of himself, and took it upon himself to laugh at people at a dead person in a suicide forest where you know mental illness is where depression is a really serious thing. And I've talked about this many times. I discussed on how angry I got. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how red I was for those who didn't. Excuse me. So that red light there on my microphone, that's how red I was. Almost to the point where I almost had a heart attack, if you can believe it. Logan Paul's stupidity almost landed me in the hospital. And it totally pissed me off. It was disgusting. It was unprofessional. And he should have been kicked off of YouTube because of his actions. And and this prompted KSI at the time to call him out on it and everything and challenge him to a boxing match, which I was all for. I went with KSI, and guess what? They had two fights, and hey, to me, KSI won that match. However, looking at it now, KSI is pretty much kissing his ass because of all the with that crypto gimmick that's going on uh outside of the ring, you know, in his during his personal life. And he's trash. He's no good, and he doesn't. You know what? He doesn't belong in the WWE ring. Now, I don't know where his stance is as far as um being in the WWE ring, but whatever contract, if it's a 1 year term, if it's like a 1 year deal, I hope it and I hope that year um plan is gone, is ending soon, because he does not belong in the WWE ring after the many stunts that he has done to disgrace the good name of that belt. And and if he's still under contract with WWE, he can. I personally think that he should not go after any other title belts. I don't care if he's getting into the face of Seth Rollins again, or Roman Reigns, or hell, even going after um, anybody else. He does not deserve any title shot after what he did. And as far as I'm concerned, actually, I'll call it right now. if he wants to go after Gunther, do me this favor. Gunther, beat the shit out of him. And I mean it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting what Logan Paul has done to that belt ever since cheating to win it. It was he pretty much gave a low blow to the company that that brought him in there. That was kind enough to that was generous enough to sign him, even though Logan Paul doesn't need the money. Because let's face it, Logan Paul's financial troubles are starting to come up against him, and I think he needs to start selling that Pokemon card. Because on a personal level, he owes a lot of money to a lot of people, especially because of that whole crypto zoo thing. And let me tell you something, KSI, you've been pussy whipped by Logan Paul too much, and you're just riding his coattails. You're riding his coattails, and you know what? You need to leave. You need to step away from him because you know what? It's going to ruin your career too, or lack thereof. Because he's taking you down. He's taking you down with him. So you need to bail whatever partnership that you have with that Prime energy drink, and do Rockstar, or just make your own, or just do your own thing and just become an entrepreneur. Step away from him, otherwise before it's too late. Because you know what, Logan Paul ain't no good. He's a piece of garbage, and the stuff that he's been doing with or without that belt is disgusting. So, KSI, if you want to continue kissing his ass, you're gonna have a lot of people turn their backs on you. I'm just saying, and I'm already one of them. So, and you know what? I don't give a shit if he sees this too, because you know what? I already said what I said on social media. So, as far as I'm concerned, KSI can kiss my ass. Or as I like to say, KSI can K. Right. Already botching that up too. KSI can KMA. That's all I gotta say about that. So, Triple H, you ain't gonna see that money ever again. That's a fact. Wasted tons of money on that piece of garbage. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. And you know what? And yeah, you know, same can be said, about CM Punk and everything like that. Like, oh, that Tony Khan spent all this money on CM Punk, and it got tarnished because of what happened in England. Well, yeah, and but you're putting the blame on the wrong guy, because you know what, Jack Perry kind of asked for it, even though it wasn't the right way to do, to handle it. And I think CM Punk, no offense to CM Punk, but I think he should have handled it a lot differently and a lot better than how he handled the situation. Because as far as I'm concerned, Jack Perry is not a good wrestler. Is not that good of a wrestler either. And as far as he's only riding his father's coattails, and it sucks because Luke Perry was was a damn good actor, and we lost him too soon. And the fact that Jack Perry's riding his coattails, writing the name of it, of the Perry fame, it is just is disgusting in his own right. And you know what? He should be ashamed. He should be ashamed of himself. He should, because Jack Perry could have been something unique, but you know what? His childlike demeanor isn't going to make him win any more belts. Just saying. I mean, it was fine when when him and Luchasaurus broke up. That split. I mean, that was fine, but all of a sudden, fame was getting too much for him, and he wanted to do some stupid things that would shorten his career. You know, and day after day, whenever I see Darby Allin fight in the ring, I always fear that and yeah, I know he's a professional, that he was a professional skater, and a skateboarder. I get it, and I understand that, but there's a time when, as you get older, some of the things you just can't do anymore. I mean, you take a look at all the stuff that you know, and don't get me wrong, I like Darby Allin. Darby Allin's is a phenomenal superstar and a phenomenal wrestler in AEW. One of the hottest. But you take a look at it. You take a look at some of the things that he does in that ring, and he kind of reminds me of Jeff Hardy in his prime. That's how I look at it. You can say some may disagree with that, and and that's fine. But it's gonna come, and yeah, Darby Allin is still young. Darby is, still young in the business and everything like that. But he's very, he's like I said, he's a phenomenal wrestler. He's really good in that ring, and he does some stuff that that I'm like, oh my god, and I cringe every time I watch his match. And it's like, yeah, he's a professional skateboarder. I get it, I understand it, but you take a look at Tony Hawk, and yeah, he still does skateboard, but you can see that those skateboarding wheels are starting to slow down, if you know what I mean. So not enough traction as he was when he was like in his 30s or even in his 20s for that matter. It's like I'm 45 years old. Do you see me going back to doing any outlaw mud shows? No, because because yeah, I still have one more in me. I do have one more in me, but it's only a matter of time where I get to cash that in. And believe me, when I do backyard wrestling again, it's going to be something unique. And yeah, ain't no shame in that. I used to be a backyard wrestler. That was pretty damn good. I was. And yeah, there's a there's a time. There will come a time where I'll have one more in me. But as of right now, mm-mm, I'm happy where I am. Happy what I'm doing. Even if it doesn't go, even if I'm not getting paid for it, I don't care. I really don't. Because if I wasn't getting paid to doing cable access, and I was doing this on cable access, guess what? I'm not worried about getting the money now. A lot of people can disagree with that statement, and that's fine. That's their opinion. But I'm happy doing what I'm doing. But as far as Logan Paul, Triple H need to do the right thing. Need to do the right thing for the good of the business and to bring tradition back to that belt. Because as far as I'm concerned, Rey Mysterio should get another opportunity again. Because as far as I'm concerned, that belt should have never left his waist. But we will find out who's going to be U.S. champion. From what I understand, it's going to happen at Royal Rumble. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Oh, we should see. So something amazing happened on Raw the other night, past Monday. Jinder Mahal came back. um, no. I mean, yeah, he came back, but that's not who I'm going to be talking about. I'm actually talking about The Rock. The WWE was surprised. You know, Triple H surprised the WWE universe, kept this private and silent, and I'm glad for that. All he pretty said that was a former world champion is showing up on Raw, say hi, and pretty much he did. He said hi and cut a promo on Jinder Mahal, beat him down a little, exchange some punches and stuff like that. And after The Rock took him out, The Rock went to the microphone, breathing, heavy breathing, and just started saying that, you know, cryptically called out Roman Reins. And that raises an interesting question. Where is it going? Where does that leave to 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 CM Punk and um to CM Punk and to Cody Rhodes, knowing what's at stake at the Royal Rumble? So yeah, because it's been how many years? How many years it's been since The Rock has competed in a WWE match? Yeah, he showed up every now and then, and exchange blows and everything like that, with somebody, and does does a rock bottom and the people's elbow, and then that's it. Segment over. But I'm talking about an actual match. I'm talking about an actual match with The Rock going in there against somebody. I don't recall. I pretty much the only time I ever saw The Rock in the WWE ring between now and then was when he was in the ring with Bray Wyatt. You know, that's all. You know, yeah. I mean, that's all I remember seeing a matchup. And yeah, it just, you know, I mean, I'm glad that The Rock is back, but and yeah, yeah, it's cool to see um The Rock going after Roman Reigns, because a lot of people have wanted that match for a long time. But now that CM Punk is back, what's going on with the title picture? I mean, I would like to, because my prediction for this year's Royal Rumble is CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. And, it's going to come down between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes being the last two guys in the ring. And I think that, that'll be an awesome match. That'll be an awesome situation. And, maybe they'll just do that traditional spot where Cody and Punk, you know, hit the floor at the same time. And I hope they don't do that, because, I mean, as cool as it may be, I hope they don't doesn't come down to a point where there's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania, because I will be disappointed. I want to see, you know, somebody go after Seth Rollins and somebody going after Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't want The Rock. As much as I like The Rock and I have nothing against The Rock, and I think that it's cool for The Rock to be there, I think that he should just go after Roman Reigns, either at at you know at a main event match at Royal Rumble, or at Elimination Chamber, but not at WrestleMania. I think it'll be better off. It'll be better off. Throw in a pay-per-view match. There you go, or live premium live event. That's fine, but don't put The Rock at WrestleMania. Because because what's the sense of having CM Punk main event of WrestleMania? What's the sense of having Cody Rhodes main event of WrestleMania? It would be pointless. It really would be pointless, unless you put The Rock against. Unless they're going to do that route with the triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk, and then for SmackDown you have The Rock and Roman Reigns. Me personally, I wouldn't even approve of that. I really wouldn't. But at the same time, I'm going to have a review to do. So unless they do something different, night one, have either CM Punk or Cody Rhodes have their match, and then do it that way. Either or, you know, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes have to main event WrestleMania. Doesn't matter if it's going to be at night one or night two or both. Does not matter. I want to see CM Punk get his main event spot at WrestleMania. And I've been hearing rumors that, that there's talks about Stone Cold Steve Austin um, fighting at WrestleMania against CM Punk. As much much as I would like to see that match, we don't need to see that. We really don't. No offense. Like I said, I'm a Stone Cold guy. I'm always going to be a Steve Austin. And if you think that I'm going to be a Stone Cold guy, you give me a hell yeah. See? There you go. So I'm a Stone Cold guy. If you think that Tom Doe's a Stone Cold guy, give me a hell yeah. You know, that sort of thing. But I'm also can be savage at times. What is this? Open night mic? But no. But seriously, though, I honestly do not want to see. I think that sale has passed for Stone Cold. For Stone. For Stone Cold and CM Punk in the ring at WrestleMania. I think that sale that that sale, that ship has sailed a long time ago. Back when CM Punk was on the cover of one of the WWE games. I think it was 2K13. I think it was maybe 2K12. I don't know. It was one of those, and I had that. That was actually pretty good. I like that one. But yeah, it was But yeah, so yeah, no offense to Steve Austin. I know he did it. I mean, it was awesome to see him fight at WrestleMania against Kevin Owens. I thought it was awesome. But let's be realistic, folks. We don't need to see. You know, as cool as it would be. I had to say that I I just think that it would suck that that CM Punk comes back and doesn't get that WrestleMania spot to main event because right now we're hitting in the road to WrestleMania begins at Royal Rumble, and you know everybody's fighting to get to that main event spot at WrestleMania, and that's where it needs to be done, and it needs to be done in for CM Punk to get into the to main event at a WrestleMania finally, and not have to ride on um the Rock's coattails again, because we don't need that. And I'm pretty sure that CM Punk would be more than happy to get into the Rock's face and give him another pipe bomb. But as far as I'm concerned, but for me personally, the Rock doesn't need to. He can show up at at WrestleMania, you know, because it's going to be the 40th WrestleMania this year, and I get that and I understand that. But you don't need to put him in a match. You don't need to put The Rock in a match for the title. You don't need to do that. You can put him in there, like maybe throw him in there against Logan Paul. I would love to see that, actually. I think that would be a better match. Just so that I can see Logan Paul get his ass kicked and then out comes Stone Cold Steve Austin with, as soon as the brass knucks come in, and then here we go. Steve Austin comes in, and boom, there you go. He can lay out the Rock. He can lay everybody out. It'll be awesome. I just want to see Logan Paul get a stunner if that happens. I'm just saying. But as far as I'm concerned, we do not need to see The Rock automatically come back to the WWE just to get that title spot. And yeah, it's kind of hypocritical. It is. It may sound hypocritical for me to do that, because CM Punk is getting an opportunity to get that main event spot at WrestleMania. So, and he's got to do that at Royal Rumble. but for The Rock, but it's different though because they're building him to get that spot. He didn't come back to the WWE just to say, "Oh, I'm going to go after Seth Rollins or or Roman Reigns." He didn't say that. It's just the fact that you know he knows that he's got to climb that ladder. And of course, I mean, there was CM Punk already had a house show with Dominic and yeah, it was from what I heard, it was amazing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. And so bottom line, I want to see I want to see Cody Rhodes and CM Punk get their main event spot at WrestleMania. We need to have Cody finish the story, and we need CM Punk to main event WrestleMania. And putting them, and if they're going to go with that triple threat route, it's not gonna do good because someone's going to win and one person wins, two people lose, and I don't want to see Cody get disappointed. I don't want to see CM Punk get disappointed. I want to see them get the WrestleMania moment where they're coming in with the belt, where they win the belts. That's it. Because I think it will be really good. So if you want to throw the Rock, in a main event match, do it at I don't think he can do that at Royal Rumble because of the fact that I guess um, AJ Styles is going to go after um, Roman Reigns. So as awesome that match is going to be, I'm really looking forward to that. But then you have Elimination Chamber, perfect spot, for there. You put The Rock in there. You can put Cody in there. You can put CM Punk in there. You can put AJ in there. You can put Randy in there, and there you go. That'll be a good opportunity. That'll be a good opportunity. That'll be real. That'll be a really good opportunity. You know, unless of course if Cody wins the Royal Rumble, don't put him in there, and you can put Jimmy, you can put Solo in there, and there you go. Either or, it's got to happen. It's got to happen that way. But don't put The Rock as the main event in WrestleMania. Bottom line. Because Tom Dog said so. I can't do his intro. I don't want to get in trouble. Get copyright. What do you think? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Chat is open. What do you think? Yeah, I'm already pitching main events to WrestleMania already. And once again, it won't lead to anything. I could book a pretty good WrestleMania. I could. I mean, hell, WWE has stolen some other stuff from me. Why not this? They have. There was a time, everyone's still, I brought this up many times about how my head went through a wall. Yeah, everybody in my old town has, are still talking about it to this day. And sure enough, shortly after, boom, look what happened. I'm seeing some WWE superstars go through a wall head first. Same spot too. Oh, hey, I call that a win. I call that a win in my book. But I did it better because nobody expected that to happen. And it cost me $175 to fix that wall. But let me tell you something. It was money well spent and got people talking. I'm just saying. Got people talking. And they were like, some of my, friend of mine who works at the studio, works at my old studio, works at the old studio. He said, we really want you back. And I said, she's like, well, what'll it take you to come back? And I told him, I said, hey, give me a wall. I'll put my head through it. Let's give them something special. Let's give them something special. Yeah, that actually happened. I had the tape to prove it. Everyone still talks about that, and I love it. Oh boy. Yeah. Let us know in the comments section. That's open. I want to hear what you have to say. I really do. I would like to hear what you have to say because I don't want to be the only one talking. It's born with me just talking by myself. Like I'm not talking to anybody. Yeah, I'm talking in front of the camera, but you know, right there, wherever you know, somewhere around this general region, either down here or over there, wherever the chat board pops up when you're watching. Yeah, just say something. I need somebody to tag in. Tag. Let me tag you in. Well, we got one more. Got one more piece of material for a call a night. It's not just normally WWE news. We're going to be doing some AEW news. And here's a good one. Last week they had that pay per view, and yeah, um, everybody knows what happened. Adam Cole revealed himself to be the devil, and the one under the devil mask, and it was to me, I thought it was a good choice. It was a good choice because everybody wanted. There was some speculation going on the internet that on social media, I should say, that that oh, Jack Perry's going to be under the mask, or Dolph Ziggler is going to be under that mask. Well, we know that it's not Dolph Ziggler because he's in New Japan now. Oh, there you go. Um, so yeah. um, yeah, they had that little, they got a little thing going on with MJF and everything, and I like it. I like the idea because you know what, it fits. It fits. They had they lost the tag titles at the previous at the pay-per-view before the one last week. And that was as good as that match was, it kind of fits because you kind of saw the writing on the wall, and and I was saying that, and I was thinking to myself that Adam Cole, weeks leading up to it, that Adam Cole was going to be the one underneath that mask. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's going to be Jack Perry." And it's like, who the fuck? Why would Jack Perry be have anything to do with MJF? And you know, in typical wrestling formula, it's if there's a mystery all the time, there's always been a formula that if there's always a formula that if there's somebody underneath the mask, if there's somebody underneath a mask or a or a or a hood, that somebody is likely to be a person that's currently or working on feuding with the person that they're screwing over. You take a look at Vince McMahon when he did when he took off the hood and he was like, "It's me, Austin," and doing the whole, being a part of, as revealing himself to be the higher power, or as Undertaker calls it, the higher power. We all made fun of that. Power. And yeah, a lot of people, there was mixed reaction about that even back then. Thank God there was no social media because, I don't think that would have lasted. But but yeah, it was a thing that happened, and yeah, it was awesome. It was still awesome. It was like, you know there was this the feud going on between Austin and McMahon at the time, and it made for interesting television. I thought it was great. Um, as cheesy as it was, it still got people talking. It really did, and that's what and it did its job. They did its job. With that being said, with that being said, you know, there was always, revealing, you know, well, what about when DDP took off the hood and he revealed himself to be, the one going after the Undertaker? Well, that was that was because of the fact that they were signing DDP, and obviously that didn't work because that feud did not last. It really didn't. It really didn't. And it made no sense. But I'm not talking about that. So if the formula works, run with it. So that's why I think that, with Adam Cole revealing revealing himself to be under the devil's mask, it was perfect. Had you have put Jack Perry in there, the feud was it wouldn't be good. if you had put, let's say, for example, let's say, had it been Dolph Ziggler underneath, underneath that mask, because everybody was, his name was brought up many times in conversation, it wouldn't make sense. It really wouldn't, because unless they, they do a storyline, and said, oh, you know, you and I used to work, it's like, you know, you and I used to have our, had chemistry, had history together, in the past before we even stepped foot into an AEW ring or whatever. And I think that, we got some unfinished business. I came back to get, for some unfinished business. That would work. That, that could work, but it's risky. It's a risky work. So, but then again, it wouldn't have, the angle would be there, but it wouldn't work. It would just be like mediocre at best. So I was fitting the pieces together because, Adam Cole, because if you looked at that match, that tag match, and seeing Adam Cole lose the belts, lose the tag time, Adam Cole and MJF, losing there. You take a good look at that match, and you take a good look at Adam Cole after losing that match. You take a good hard look at Adam Cole, and yeah, it was. You could tell that something's coming up, and it's like that. Yeah, you know, give us some time. I'm going to, I'm going to make your life a living hell, and yeah, and you saw the, the pieces slowly fitting together, and in weeks leading up to that, there you go. And so yeah, that's why that was a perfect fit. That was a perfect fit for Adam Cole to take off the devil's mask and revealing himself to be the guy, that's now going to be going after MJF on the next pay per view, regardless of what pay per view that is. And I think it's going to be something that we're really going to be looking forward to seeing, because when that pay per view hits, a lot of people are going to be watching that match, and I might be one of them to watch it. So yeah, but yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah, well, I did say that this was, I actually had one more, and I forgot to put it in the show, in the description. Apparently, TNA, TNA is rumored to be in works with WWE, but nothing has been confirmed. So this could be rumor. This could be rumor. It's not, you can take it with a grain of salt, because it's not 100% confirmed. So don't shoot the messenger. Just saying. We don't need no, because we're not here. I don't do the clickbait shit. I really don't. Um, as far as, what what's going on, TNA is going to have their, Forbidden Door, and it's basically a crossover pay per view between TNA and another promotion. Um, last time last time they did it for Forbidden Door, we saw AEW guys. Well, now there's rumors flying around. Like I said, not 100% confirmed. So that we could be looking at maybe some WWE stars are going to show up. That'll be good. So, I'm actually going to dig a little bit deeper with this, and for next week's show, I'm going to debut a um. I'm going to bring back an old segment that made Wrestling Prime so popular, and I really need to get some help with it, and I really need to get some knowledge into this. Um, I need to find somebody who watches TNA, because watching TNA has been virtually impossible. Has been really difficult to find sometimes, and I think that it needs. But I can probably do it if I can't find anybody, because I need to at least have some knowledge of some of the wrestlers so I can put WWE guys against TNA guys. So I think so. Yeah, I'm bringing back an old segment that was popular back when I did the segment uh, back when I was doing this show on cable access, and it was quite popular at the time. And yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna run with it, and um, so it's gonna be um wrestling's what ifs. What if what if has always been popular with Marvel going on right now with the What If series on there. So we did it there back when I was doing this show on cable access. I did a what if scenario between WWE and WCW, World Championship Wrestling, and it was so good that we had a huge response at that time. So yeah, next week we're gonna do a what if scenario. Going to be doing a what if scenario between TNA and WWE. Um, if the rumors are true about WWE showing up at Forbidden Door, who will face whom? So um, I'm going to put together a list and everything like that, and it'll be the first time in a long time that I've written this instead of doing it on the tablet. Um, so yeah, this will be a very interesting scenario, and I think be very interesting for everybody to watch. So be prepared to watch that um, get a load of that next week. So yeah, that's going to be the topic for next week's show. And with that, this show is going to come to a close. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you miss any of tonight's show, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Um, Thumbs up the video if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Comment down below. Let's see. What should we comment on? Who you want CM Punk is like? Who you think should? Oh yeah, we're not going to do the Royal Rumble predictions just yet. It'll be in 2 weeks. But we'll do it then. But comment down below. Um, when do you think? When should The Rock face Roman Reigns at you know what premium live event should The Rock face Roman Reigns in? Let us know in the comment section down below. But do you think The Rock actually no scratch that, change it up a little bit? Should The Rock face Roman Reigns at Forbidden Door? I need Should The Rock face Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber? Let us know in the comment section down below. There you go. Boom. Um, ring the bell to stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. Um, and become a legend. Become a world champion yourself by supporting the small streamers like myself, by laying the smackdown on that subscribe button. You yourself will be a world champion just by subscribing to this channel. We will see you here next week, and real quickly, little sampler of what I'm going to be talking about on Channel X on Thursday. I got a huge announcement. I got a huge announcement to make. Um, regarding the future of this. Um regarding this channel. Um, about certain shows that I have on this channel. Um, I got to because I stumbled upon something, and um, I've been thinking long and hard about this within the past 24 hours, and I am have a big announcement to make on Thursday's show on Channel X. So be tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for that. So make sure you hit that notification button, because it's something that you do not want to miss. You do not want to miss. And I want you to tell everybody. I want you to tell everybody about this, that Tom Dog's making a huge announcement in regards to this channel. So there's a share button. There's a share button on there. And I want it to be known to the world that because I saw something on my channel, and it was very interesting, and I gotta make this announcement about it. So Thursday, that's going to be a huge news, and only some of my friends kind of know what's going on, and but it's something that I that has to be done, and but it's all good news. It's all good news. So stay tuned for that for next week. But right now, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. And as I said, next week we got a big what if episode, and we got wrestling's what if. So um definitely chat will be open on there. So make sure you tell your friends about that one too. And we'll be it's gonna be a great show next week. I'm really looking forward to it, because it's one of my favorite things that that made the show very popular back in its day. And I'm glad to be doing this again. And I hope I can get some people involved with this because this was something unique. So don't you dare miss next week for well Thursday and next Saturday. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna call it a night and get some rest now. I'm tapping out. I've done my time, and we will see you all here next week. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Till next time, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace. Love you all.